If, when evil cometh upon us, as the sword, judgment, or pestilence, or famine, we stand before this house, and in Thy presence, for Thy name is in this house, and cry unto Thee in our affliction, then Thou wilt hear and help. And now behold, the children of Ammon and Moab and Mount Seir, whom Thou wouldest not let Israel invade when they came up out of the land of Egypt, but they turned from them and destroyed them not. Behold, I say, how they reward us to come to cast us out of Thy possession, which Thou gavest us to inherit. O God, wilt Thou not judge them? And look at verse 13. Oh, it's a precious verse. And all Judah stood before the Lord. All Judah stood before the Lord, with their little ones, their wives, and their children. Now there was a multitude of army coming against them. Perhaps over 1 million. They should have been mustering the troops. They should have been getting things together. They should have been organizing. But there they stand with their wives and their little children there, talking about the promises of God. And it is. But look what happened. God sent another prophet, and He said this to him. And He says it to us today as well. He said, be not afraid nor dismayed by the reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but God's. You see, it's God's name. It's God's name that we blaspheme among the heathen. Remember Ezekiel 36. Tell them, I'm not going to do this for your sake, but for my sake, whom you blaspheme among the nations. That's why God saves us. That's why this is happening. Tomorrow, verse 16, go ye down against them. Behold, they come up by the cliff of Ziz, and ye shall find them at the end of the brook before the wilderness of Jeruel. Now look at this. Ye shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourselves, stand ye still, and see the salvation of the Lord with you, O Judah and Jerusalem. Fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for the Lord will be with you. And Jehoshaphat, look at his response, bowed his head with his face to the ground. And all Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before the Lord, worshiping the Lord. And in verse 20, they believed. You know what it says in Romans chapter 4. In Romans chapter 4, I believe it is. Isn't it there where it says, talks about Abraham's faith, being fully persuaded that what he had promised, he is also able to perform. Therefore, it was imputed to him for righteousness. Are you fully persuaded that what he had promised, he's also able to perform? Well, here's what happened. They got up, notice, and they rose early in the morning. Hallelujah. They didn't wonder what was going to happen. They didn't happen to see if there would be maybe a little confusion, then go. They rose up early in the morning and took the promises of God in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, hear me, O Judah. He gives a big altar call here. And ye inhabitants of the Jerusalem, believe in the Lord your God. So shall you be established. Believe His prophets. So shall you prosper. And when He has consulted with the people,